Greeting and welcome everyone to the APYouthS Aspiration X YOUnified webinar, which is a 2 day interactive webinar that connects youths, communities, and professionals from startups or NGOs to explore how young people can respond to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on skills development to promote SDG number 8, mainly decent work and economic growth, and to inspire and empower young people to stay resilient in the face of adversity. This event is hosted by the APYouthS or Asia Pacific Youth Service and supported by the YSEALI, which is Young Southeast Asian Leaders Initiative. Now, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Saint Rosita Muni, and you can call me Muni. It is my honor to be the moderator for all of you today. So here with me today, I would like to thank you all here, friends who have joined with us from all over the Asia Pacific region. For this event, there are participants joining us from 20 different countries, including the Philippines, Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Brunei, Darussalam, Singapore, India, Bangladesh, Australia, Nepal, Pakistan, Taiwan, Fiji, Sri Lanka, Uzbekistan, and Wuhan. Now, I would like to kindly remind about the regulation of our webinar. Participants must join the meeting room using the register name in the Google registration. Participants must maintain courtesy during the webinar. Participants are encouraged to turn on their camera but prohibited to turn on their microphone and share screen during the webinar unless being asked by the moderator. Participants are prohibited to share screen record, to screen record the webinar, or secretly doing a live stream. Questions can be asked with the chat features throughout the whole webinar, and we will provide opportunities for participants to be able to directly ask their questions while talking and turning on their camera with our speaker as well. Only those participants who register and join the full 2 days events and fill in the feedback form will be given an e-certificate for participation. Any violation of regulations, offensive actions, or disruptions of the webinar would be result in removal of the participants from the webinar and/or failure to obtain an e-certificate. Now, I would like to elaborate about our webinar today. The speaker will have around 30 minutes to deliver his or her material. I would like to highlight that there are 2 ways to ask your question to make our webinar an interactive one. First, you can have the opportunity to directly ask your question to the speaker by raising your hand using the raise hand icon on your Zoom, and then unmuting your microphone as well as turning your camera on. The second way is through Zoom chat box or YouTube comment section. So during Mr. Raymond Moyo and Ms. Apiana's presentation and Q&A session, you can directly post your question on the Zoom chat box and our team will choose which questions will be asked in the Q&A session. I will not let you guys wait any longer at this time. It is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. In this event, our speakers are Mr. Raymond Moyo from the International Humanity Foundation and Ms. Aviana Molina Fastimas from the TRIAS Project Indonesia. Our first speaker is Mr. Raymond Moyo from International Humanity Foundation. Mr. Raymond is entrusted to be the director of the International Humanity Foundation of Kenya and is an international relations and community development expert with over 3 years of experience doing humanitarian work in the fields of fundraising, project management, administrative support, and human resources. He has also been involved with various organizations from within his home country to regional and international level. His notable contribution lies in sectors such as human rights, child safety, education, food, and agriculture. Improving the community's livelihood through social and economic are his vision and mission. So now, for our sharing part about growth mindset in NGO, please join me welcoming Mr. Raymond Moyo. The Zoom is all yours. Please welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you all.
I hope you can hear me.
Okay, so he will begin his presentation soon. And for you guys who actually have any questions regarding his topic, you can also comment your question below as the format that has been provided. So you have to write your name to the speaker's name, either both of them or one of them, and then you can put your questions as well. Um, is there any connection issue, Mr. Moyo?
Oh yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for the introduction. I'm happy to be here. And thank you to all of our participants and everyone who's joined. Yeah, thank you. Am I starting my presentation now?
Yes, please.
Awesome. Just give me a minute. Great. So our topic is growth mindset and resilience in NGOs. I wanted to start with discussing what exactly is growth mindset and what is resilience. So what is growth mindset? Sorry about that. Just give me a minute. So what is growth mindset and what is resilience? What do these terms entail? What do these terms entail? So when we talk of growth mindset, we're talking about the coping mechanisms. How do we cope in difficult situations and manage to still elevate and manage to still do so much in our communities? For example, right now we have a global challenge. How do you make impactful decisions? How do you go out there and do something instead of just being there and watching the situation? What are you doing to make the situation better? So when we talk of growth mindset and resilience, we're talking of the ways that we can be impactful, the ways that we can activate our potential within our organizations and on an individual basis. Some of the ways that you can do that is volunteering. You can go out there, help your communities, and find ways you can help people who are affected, either economically or health-wise. Just find a way that you can be out there and be more impactful and create change. So that is what I wanted us to first look at. What is this growth mindset and what is this resilience? So it's just managing to cope in these difficult challenges and managing to do something impactful. So why is it important to have a growth mindset? If you look at my slide, I was talking about how human nature basically is allows us to just move forward, to adapt with the situations that are at hand and move forward. So, and then leadership in itself is finding solutions to problems which are around us. So if you see a problem in your society, how are you going to change that problem? How are you going to make a change in that society? How are you going to make a change in your community? And when you start thinking along those lines, you find yourself, being more interested in creating change. So as for NGOs, NGOs are mostly the ones which are serving the people. We are the ones who are serving the communities. So if we give up, then it means, the communities will give up. So as NGOs, we should always be positive. We should always have a positive mindset and find solutions. We always have to find solutions, because that's what leadership is all about. So I think that's why it's important for us to have this positive mindset. So when you talk of NGOs, what are NGOs doing? For example, during this pandemic, what have NGOs done to practice this growth mindset? What has NGOs done to cope with the COVID-19? So I will talk a bit about International Humanity Foundation, because that's the organization I work for, and what we've done ourselves to manage and cope with the COVID-19. So to start with, before I go far, International Humanity Foundation, or IHF, focuses mainly on education. So that's SDG 4. Our main focus is mainly education. And we focus on taking young children who are coming from marginalized communities, who are coming from poor backgrounds, and we provide them with a safe home. We give them a home accommodation, and we also take them to schools. Most of our centers are in Indonesia. We have 4 centers in Indonesia. That's in Jakarta, Medan, we have Bali, and we also have Thailand, but as for now, Thailand is closed. What we normally do in these centers is we take in the kids. They come, they learn, we teach them different subjects and different things, different activities. They do a lot of activities, and we do this through sponsorship and different support from different people. So as an organization, as an NGO, we all know that there's a pandemic right now. We had to find ways that we can cope. We had to find ways that we can move forward and not just close down. So one of the things that we did was to fundraise. We focused so much on fundraising because most NGOs depend on sponsorships, and if there's a pandemic like COVID-19 that affects everyone in the country, everyone in the world, then that means that even the sponsors are affected. That means that it's difficult for NGOs to get funds in such a situation. So what you need to do now is fundraise. And when you fundraise in your local communities, because people around those organizations are always willing to help. So as for us, as IHF, we did a lot of fundraising, local fundraising. We also have centers in Kenya. So for Kenya Center, we did our own fundraising this side. Bali did its own fundraising. Jakarta did its own fundraising. Medan did its own fundraising. And we managed to get funds. And those funds, what we did with them, we went out to the children who work with us. We helped their families. We helped small children with sanitary pads, sanitary towels, and and food materials and clothing materials to help them during this pandemic. And one of the things we also did was we also did online events so that we can engage more with our volunteers, so that we can engage more with young people who want to join us. So that's also another way that NGOs can try and grow during this period. You have to move with the times. A lot of people have been doing a lot of online work, so we also decided to move online and do a lot of things. We also have concerning volunteering, because we couldn't have people going coming in and out in our organizations because of the guidelines that we had to follow. I'm sure even the government has also restricted certain things in your different areas. So we also had those restrictions. We couldn't let people in, we couldn't let people out. So what did we do? We decided to move our volunteering opportunities to online. So we were doing what we call at-home volunteering. At-home volunteering has been very successful because it allows volunteers from all over the world. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter how far you are from the organization. You can still help. You can still reach out and work with us from any part of the world. So we've seen a lot of success with this at-home volunteering. And some of the things that we also got involved in were online classes and mentorship programs. So with online classes, it's basically just Zoom classes. We can have children, maybe we divide the children in 5s or in 10s and different numbers. And then we actually got volunteers who wanted to volunteer to teach different languages that they want to teach. And that helped us a lot as well because children got to learn despite the pandemic. Children got to learn despite what's going on in the world. So that was an initiative that we took. And also we did mentorship programs, mentor programs where we had children get a lot of inspiration and motivation from different people. For example, if a child wants to be a lawyer, we would find maybe a lawyer, because we know right now a lot of people at home, they are not doing much. So we can find a lawyer who can come, spend their time and talk to the children about how they can go about also becoming lawyers. They gave them career guidance. They gave them a lot of help in areas that they needed help in. So that was the mentorship programs. And they were also successful. We also had a lot of counseling for children who needed counseling through these online platforms. Some of the things that we also did to keep us busy and to keep us going, we did a lot of hands-on. We did a lot of hands-on activities. That is mainly agriculture. So we have 15 acres of land in our Africa Center. For IHF, we have 15 acres of land. So we decided this is the right time to do a lot of farming activities. So we put volunteers together, we put the children together and gave them different portions in those 15 acres to start farming. And that has really been helpful as well. So all these things, part of the activities that an organization can take despite the challenges. When you look at this, you can see how much of a growth mindset, of a positive growth mindset we all had, because if we did not have that resilience, we were not going to do anything. And we managed to do all these things despite what was happening in the world. And yeah, that's really helpful. Okay, so since we are still talking about IHF, we can go into details on what kind of opportunities do we have at International Humanity Foundation for those who may be interested to work with us. So we have at-home volunteering, which I was just explaining right now, where you can do your online work. You just need a laptop, you need access to the internet, and you can help in so many departments. If you're good in HR, that's human resources. If you're good in social media, if you're good with law, you can always help through online platforms. So we have such opportunities where you can help and work from home. It doesn't matter where you are. If you are in, if you are in another part of Asia and you want to work with us in Indonesia, you can still work with us from where you are. And then the second one is local volunteering. What we do with local volunteering, it's normally for people who stay near our centers, who stay near our organizations. And those are the people we can who can be coming to the center and going out of the center. Although right now we have a lot of restrictions, we still allow them to do that. We have another program which is relatable to our topic today, which is Global Leadership Development Program. So this program, what it does, it teaches us leadership skills and management skills. So if you want to learn leadership and management skills, this is the best opportunity for you, because you can spend 3 to 4 months in one of our centers. It's also part of our internship program. If you want to do an internship, you can join in. So with the Global Leadership Development Program, you're learning how to run an organization, how to run an entire NGO. You face the day-to-day challenges that an NGO faces. You face the day-to-day challenges that organizations face. So you're on the ground. And normally what we do with the Global Leadership Development Program, we will ask you to stay at one of our centers for those 3 to 4 months. Of course, you have off days where you can go on your off. So it's like you're working full time and you work as a co-director. So you are helping the director to execute his duties or her duties. That's what it is. So you get to learn a lot about a lot of things. And the purpose for this particular program is for you to learn a lot on about people living in poor conditions or people living in poverty, and you get to be with them on the ground to see what they're going through. And it's a practical experience which really helps you. It's a practical experience which puts you in the real life situation where you can get to understand these people, and even when you're helping, you know exactly what they're going through. We also have the legacy program. The legacy program is mostly if you want to go to an abroad center, like if you want to come from Asia to Africa and see how the African center runs, see how people here working and all. So it's more like you're coming to visit the country, but also you want to help the children. So this is a chance for you to get to learn the cultures, different cultures, and also do your volunteering as you do that. That's the same thing with the voluntarist. You're touring the country, but you're also staying at the center. You're also helping at these centers. So it's more of, it's more of tourism. But then instead of going and maybe booking a hotel, you decide to stay in one of our centers and get to learn cultures and get to do something productive. So those are our 4 programs. There are more programs. And as for the Global Leadership Development Program, because of the pandemic right now, we were not able to accept any volunteers in that area. But we are trying to move that platform to an online program so that people can still learn, because you need to equip yourself with these skills, this leadership skills, these development skills, these management skills. These are skills that you need. So we're trying to see if there are ways that we can continue with that program online, because we don't know when the pandemic is going to end. Then to apply, if you want to apply for these programs, if you feel like you want to be part of this cause, if you feel like you want to be part of the people who are elevating education, then you can go to our website. It's ihfonline.org. You can see that on the screen, ihfonline.org. Or the other way you can do it is you can send your CV and cover letter to volunteer@ihfonline.org. So those are the 2 ways that you can apply with us. If you go on our website, there is a form there that you're going to fill up, and that can also help. Okay, so how can we respond to COVID-19 in the future? How can we respond if something like COVID-19 comes to haunt us again? How can we respond to that? How do we respond to such challenges, to such global challenges in the future? I think a lot of us have seen this year that you can have a lot of unfortunate events that can affect a lot of companies, a lot of organizations. So I think we should put structures in place and mechanisms which can cater for organizations and volunteers to cope with the dynamic global change. So we should always have structures that can help us so that if we have future problems like that, we know how to handle them. So I think we should always have such structures. And then we should also create partnerships. Partnerships are really helpful because we get to learn from different organizations. If you can find an organization with the same cause, if it's an economic growth that you're looking at, if it's social growth that we're looking at, let's look for organizations with the same cause. If it's education, if it's different SDGs that you're working with, look for organizations in that particular field. And that can help us to elevate each other, to help each other to grow. In case we have the same problem in the future, you would know how to handle it. You'd need help from other people, you need help from other organizations. And consortiums really help. They really help because you are learning from what other organizations are doing. Yeah, to the next slide. So I will end my presentation with a quote from Karo Sasaki. Karo Sasaki is the founder and CEO of International Humanity Foundation. And she normally has this quote which says, slow, quiet growth, nature's deep roots. So one of the things about having a positive growth mindset is to be patient. Patience normally pays. Things don't happen quickly. And if we learn to accept this slow, quiet growth, we'll have, we are planting seeds which are going to help us in the future. We might not see the results now, but in the future, we're going to see how those things that we are doing now can help people in the future. So I think I've tried to stay within the timeline. Thank you so much. This is the end of my presentation.
Thank you so much for your valuable and inspirable speech. So for everyone here, if you have any question to our speaker, please drop your name and speaker's name either to one of both speakers and your question. So the format has been provided in the chat box. And actually, after listening to Mr. Mojo's speech, we have learned that there are a lot of value in growth mindset and resilience, which is managing to do something impactful. So let's hear from our second speaker, who is Ms. Aviana Molina Festimas, who is the founder of the FRIS Project Indonesia. She has numerous experiences in volunteering, debate competitions, high level of public speaking events, and even chosen to be a Secretary General of Comfort MUN 2.0. She is able to speak 4 different languages: Bahasa Indonesia, English, Germany, and French. She is very passionate about connecting and educating young people around the world to raise awareness and get to know about water issue in order to create a greener environment. So now, for our sharing part about growth mindset in NGO, please join me welcoming Ms. Aviana. The Zoom is all yours. Welcome, Ms.
Okay, thank you very much. So hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm so happy to meet all of you here. And also I will start through sharing my screen. And this amazing opportunity because, you know, for your information, I want to join APYouthS ambassador and unbelievable. I still didn't believe this, that they invite me here. This is really great. And for information, the fun fact is I'm one of the at-home volunteer in International Humanity Foundation. So nice to meet you too. Okay, so right now I will show you my screen. Growth Mindset in NGO. I'm Arviana, CEO of FRIS Project Indonesia. And I will tell you a story. Thirst Project in Indonesia is the new NGO, youth-led NGO founded by me in Indonesia, but actually it's originally from US. But in my 16 years old, that young, I found I built alone this organization from my school, and I go outside my school. I open the recruitment for volunteer, and before Thirst Project Indonesia, it is Thirst Project Jakarta. I don't know that it will keep growing. So it is the amazing growth mindset in NGO. So growth means is upgrade for me. And resilience is like to keep standing here, to face the problem in NGO. And it means like solution. We always face the problem, right? So right now I will talking about growth. Growth is like out of comfort zone and adapt to every situation. Like what I have said before, I'm starting Thirst Project Indonesia in my 16 years old alone. And that is really hard because I'm starting it for just for fun. I'm starting it because I want to have a foundation. I dream to have it, and I start it. I dare to dream, but I don't keep dreaming. I start it and just start it. And also, my initiative through NGO is a community that define the problem, finding opportunities in the problem and search for solution together. So that's the meaning of team. So if you have NGO, if you have community, you will need human resource. You will need team to be growth because like people have different mind, different perspective. Why is important? Word keep changing as the generation do. As like my mother, my father before me, and I'm changing. And my friends in my age, 17 years old, it is young, but we are changing. We are brave. We are dare to dream, and we are brave to take action. And why? Every year has problems. So that's why every generation, they have their its problem. They have their solution too. And the creativity, people always have different mind, right? As I said before, and population keep changing too. Generation always change as the industry keep changing. Maybe before that we have industry 3 or industry 1, and now we are industry 4.0, or before we have 4G and now we have 5G, or maybe next year is 6G. And growth technology, the innovation keep upgrade and startup keep coming. Yes, we are online right now. We are in digital world right now, but the solutions keep born, keep coming. And right now, as you know that K-drama called Startup is booming in Indonesia, and everyone start to learn business. Everyone start to search for mentor. Everyone starts to dream to be a CEO or maybe start one like me. And different lifestyle. So that's why this is important. Okay, next is resilience. After growth, we have resilience. Why? After we keep growing, we should have keep standing because we face different problems and we adapt, we find solution and create sustainable NGO. People always ask me like, how do you keep this sustainable? Sustainable is not about like SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, but sustainable is in our life, and sustainable is in our NGO too. Like building resolution in 2021, keep schedule, and yes, it is fun, yeah, to fly without navigation, but the percentage of losing is your fun too, except if you are that lucky enough and prepared enough to maybe losing, or maybe if you have plan B or C before that. And know the problem, accept suggestion or criticism from the other, maybe from your team, maybe from the people that attend your event or the volunteer. And yeah, as I said before, Third project Indonesia is starting from January 2020. So this is really young. But I didn't know that it will be this bigger, and now we are receiving CSR from companies. So that is really big, right? And we already collaborating with campaign for change that I will share the opportunity for you. So I never know that we are really big right now. So one quote from me: start. Just keep doing, and keep resilience, keep growth. And our support in SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. Yes, 3 ways like shuriken. Maybe some of you watch Naruto because I like to watch it. And we are like to support small business by free promote their business by just tag us or mention us in their story or maybe their feeds and maybe do collaboration with us. And second is we support small new communities. So if you have new community, if your friends have new community, feel free to reach us, feel free to email us because we are accept your opportunity to collaboration, to partnership, media partner, community partner, creating events together. That will be great and fun. And also support you by providing free environmental education. We are likely to have webinar or workshop, but in 2021, we will create an environmental education platform. So it will be fun. Keep in touch in our social media. And yeah, be productive to stay motivated during pandemic. Pandemic has raised our voice on awareness to digital world and connect people without limit, but with the limit of lack of preparation. Why? Why I say this? Because like COVID-19 just come out of nowhere, like it comes suddenly in our offline world, and our life changing from offline to online, then maybe offline again in 2021. So without preparation, but we keep adapt. This is a really good example to stay resilient and keep growing. As before we stay offline, I learned from school I should go to school, but now I just stay from home, from my bed, from my lovely bed, and I watch my teacher and I learn something new. And next, the most of the problem right now, like why we didn't productive, maybe internet access. Like some region didn't have good internet access, and maybe language. So many people, or maybe my friends, even my own friends, like they're afraid of speaking English, or maybe they're afraid of attending international webinar like this. So this is really fun and great because we share our perspective from another country. And yeah, be brave, just try, because I'm not thinking about my grammar right now. I'm just speak, and I get to fall like 500 at my first try without taking course. Like before, because of what? Because I'm attending even like this, because I speak, because I dare to speak, I dare to dream, and I'm brave. So that's why young people like us, we should do like this. We should brave to speak up, brave to speak, brave to take action, brave to do everything that maybe can change the world and create more impact. And some of them are insecure when see one of my friends success. No, don't be like that, because everybody is unique. So speak up. Hi, it's good to yourself, but your questions, learning something new, and also like or learn free thing from YouTube. Yeah, because this is self that hard work always makes you what dream. Next, the enemy digital now, because opportunity from Twitter and WhatsApp, and start learn from the people webinar, book, etc. Okay, I think something wrong with my presentation. Maybe I will stop to screen sharing again. Okay, great.
So ladies and gentlemen, please wait a bit for her connection to come back.
Hello. Hello, okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let me continue. And this is new normal. And we are like in the middle of digital world, right? So get ready to the future. To 2021, I cite this from Forbes. And the growth mindset and resilience that we are talking right now, it's really important. Okay, wait a minute. Let me change my connection. Okay, it's already here. And continuous learning. Because of what? Upgrade yourself. After learning a few things, like we are keep curious and critical thinking is also important. Innovation in problem solving makes startup growing, or maybe if you have startup, or maybe if you have your initiative, community, or NGO, this is really important, right? Survival skill. Be adaptable. Like I always say it 1,000 times, be adaptable and hardworking, and also never give up. This is like my life, my quotes, yeah, my everything. And get ready to the future, part 2, is dedication. This is really important. If you are accepting people that wants to take part in your organization, that wants to take part in your team, you should know their dedication. Yes, everybody has their time priority, but dedication it's a must too. And coaching mindset, the best coach listen well and more empathetic, comfort with ambiguity, and demonstrate how they navigate the ambiguity, and thriving in virtual environment. Let's learn this tech now. And for job in 2021 and from 2020, that will never end, that will never die for me is like in digital world. Maybe in e-commerce, digital marketer, developer, public relations, and now I remotely volunteer in United Nations Volunteer Team. So if you want to be a volunteer, you can go like in ad hoc volunteer in International Humanity Foundation, or maybe in United Nations Volunteer, or maybe in Thirst Project Indonesia. I will share this opportunity. Maybe you can screenshot this because we have amazing volunteer opportunity for you. And how to do that? First of all, you should download campaign application, and you will see this as your first view on your phone, and log in and choose program like this and search for hari ini kita cerita tentang air. So in English, it's mean that today we talking about water. And you will receive help from us if you join that Telegram group before. In this challenge, we have 7 actions that is really interesting to do. And you can take action by take a photo directly from the app, and maybe you can add some filter and add a little caption, and done. Thank you. And after that, share the screenshot of finished program. That means you donate 10,000 rupiah to our NGO. That your donation will go to free environmental education to build a well in Indonesia, because so in many places in Indonesia, they didn't have a well. they didn't have clean water. So that's why this is really important. And you can help us by online volunteering and download campaign application. And also, you will get a certificate, LinkedIn recommendation, and a chance to get exclusive merchandise from us. And if you are live abroad outside Indonesia, I will give you a digital gift. And if you are live in Indonesia, you will get a chance to win this. And how to win this amazing gift? Just make sure that you are fill the certificate form and make sure that you invite all of your friends to join this online volunteering together with you. Maybe you can screenshot this one. And also maybe if you need some assistance, you can directly contact you at thirstproject.id or myself or directly to my email arfiana@thirstprojectindonesia.org. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much to Miss Apiana for your incredible speech. And this is very motivating. Like from such a young age, she has achieved several accomplishments. So once again, thank you to both Mr. Moyo and Miss Apiana for the incredibly amazing sharing. I truly believe that our participants would learn and gain a lot of insights from both of you. So now together we have come to a very awaited part of our section, which is the Q&A session. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, you can raise your hand and you can unmute yourself and open your camera as well. So you can actually ask the question right here. So we have Miss Raile. Would you like to ask your question right now?
Hello everyone. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, nice to meet you all here, and I'm really happy to join with you guys. And also thank you to this stand. Oh my god. Nice. Yeah, according to the presentation, I'm really interested with this project of Miss Fiana's, right? Maybe I'm pronouncing her name wrong. But I really interested about the online volunteering project, as she mentioned before, and I just want to clarify about the projects that talk about this like online volunteering, because I think that it is the good project that we can find a bit like the fundraising from it to build up and to strengthening the community as we can. So I want her to get more explain about this projects, like how to study project and what is the like what is kind of resource that we need to start up this project.
Thank you so much, Miss Raile, for your question. So Miss Apiana, this is a question for you.
Okay, thank you very much. So let me clarify. Do you mean like start thirst project or start to do online volunteering? Or maybe I will explain both. Okay, so starting this project in Indonesia in my 16 years old, it's like makes your childish dream come true. That's it. I'm just starting. I'm just create Instagram and I contact Evan with the vice president that in action to reach more students or with in connect with students. So I asked Evan like, can I open this project in Indonesia? And they say yes. So I create the Instagram of this project, and I think it will start. It will like new extracurricular in my school. But as you know that school have their own rules, right? And maybe the school, like the teacher, like the principal, maybe say something like, oh my god, this is hard, this and my mindset too, like, oh my god, I don't dare to try in school. Because like I'm afraid of the rules, I'm afraid of people like my friends, maybe they didn't want to join this first project. But and after that, even when I start to sell the merchandise and open the donation, when my school have festival, I open booth and I open donation for this project, and like no one spent any penny to this project in my school. So that's why I start to expand. I start to expand in this project in Jakarta, and I open recruitment, and wow, lot of people start to join Thirst Project Indonesia, especially in research team. I open in Indo Relawan platform, and also in our Instagram, and wow, so many people join, and we start building it again. I don't have any basic when I start Thirst Project Indonesia. I don't know like where is this going, where's the output, and yeah, the problem is really fun. So that's why when the problem comes out, that makes my brain like thinking of what's the solution of it. And from this project in Indonesia, so many volunteer requests to me like, oh my god, maybe this is can be good if we change the name from Thirst Project Jakarta to Thirst Project Indonesia. So finally we changed it to Thirst Project Indonesia, and our first grand launching, our first event is really successful. So we reached so many people. We reached 1,000 people from many countries, but majority in Indonesia, because since we Thirst Project in Indonesia. But don't worry, if you are live outside Indonesia, we are open to you, because we already have volunteers too from outside Indonesia, like from Vietnam, and also from this project Indonesia, from our first successful event. And finally, we are chosen to be the finalists of campaign for change in a better workplace. And yeah, we are only finalists. We are not the winner, but that's okay, because we are collaborating again with campaign. Okay, this in Aksi Seminggu Berbagi, or in English is 1 week action. 1 week action to share something. Yeah, and we joined YOUnified too in International SG Summit, and we got CSR from PT Pelayaran Nyali Dwi Putri. So this is really amazing progress, like a magic, like oh my god, like this is, I never imagined like this project Indonesia will come this way. And for the second, if you ask me for how to do the online volunteering, you can go to this, you can scan, and maybe you can download campaign application. Okay, this one. Campaign for change. It looks like this. It's not only in iOS, but it's in Android too. This virtual background. Okay, so yeah, the light is so bright. If you see this in App Store and it has blue heart like this, or simply you can go to scan my virtual background, and after that download it and open the application. And after you open the application, you will go to this one. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, this one. And join the program and finish the program. Finish program is automatically donate 10,000 Indonesia rupiah to our initiatives. The donation is sponsored by PT Pelayaran Nyali Dwi Putri, Pelayaran Nyali Dwi Putri Company. And this program has 7 actions. So if you need some help, maybe you can join our Telegram group because we are more than happy to assist you there. Or maybe you can directly ask in our Instagram @project.id for any assistance. So yes, we need your help by do online volunteering by complete this program, because like we as a community, as an NGO, we are really need funding, right? So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your very interesting answer, so that we can proceed with our second question. So we have seen Mr. Iman Agus Hadiman. Sorry for the pronunciation of your name. We have seen that you raise your hand. So would you mind to unmute yourself? Yes, please.
Okay. Hello, Arfianda. Really nice to meet you. You are very young, but really great, I think. So the thing that I want to ask is, you are very young, in the very young age. You are 17, so right now, right? So I know it must be hard, right? But I just want to know how did you convince people this thirst project is really a problem that that have to solve by the other people, especially in Indonesia, to build the awareness of environmental issues is not many people nowadays in Indonesia aware in environmental issues, right? So I just want to know how you convince people that this is the problem that we have to solve. And also, I just want to know how you convince the other people to be volunteer in your NGO. So I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Mr. Hadiman. So Ms. Aviana, would you like to answer the question now?
Okay. Thanks for the questions. Yes, of course. Like how I convince the people is like how I raise the awareness, right? Yeah, as I'm a younger person, as I'm a youth in Indonesia, I'm 17, and maybe like slang words, or maybe like a youth style in this era, and it's easy for me to connect with many people, especially because I'm young, and I know our Thirst Project Indonesia target is young people, so that's why it's more easy for me because I'm a young, and I can communicate with young, and even I lead people that older than me in my team, and that in my team is just like me, not only me, but the other people that have same age like me is like really passive, but it's just me that really really active. Yes, because I'm the leader there, and majority in our team is older than me, so that's really cool. And that's really amazing too, because I learn from them, I learn from them, and we share about so many perspectives, like I ask, hey, if I do this, if I do this, like what your opinion? And they will share their story. So that's really great. That's really amazing. Never too young to lead, said YSEALI. So that's why this this is really fun. And how I raise awareness, besides I'm a young people, and I create an event that right to the target. And for your information, I'm a digital marketer too. I'm a public relations in many organizations. So public relations, the marketing, and communication. Like communication is my dream, one of my dream subject when I go to university. So that's why I like to communicate with other people from when I was like 14 or 15. I already communicate with other people than me. So yeah, that's really great. So in conclusion, as a digital marketing say right now, know your target. When you know your target, like maybe there's Project Indonesia for young people. So if you create any event, if you want to raise awareness, if you want to create a good content like Interest Project Indonesia, as our target is young people, so we create a content that really that really funny, that really fun, that not boring. So know your target. But if your target as older people than me, maybe in their 20s, or maybe in 18, or in other than 20s, so maybe you can create content or an event like meet their requirement, like meet their taste. So that's it. It's about your target and your taste. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Aviana. So we also have Jana Chan Apriti, sorry for the pronunciation. We also see he or she raise her hand, his or her hand as well. So would you please unmute yourself?
Everyone namaste, and I'm just making a plan about talk, but I will talk after some time because just I'm listening the voice of all my friends, and after some time only I will speak because I'm just thinking what to speak about the program or matter today. Therefore, after some time listening the voice from all people or all friends, then I will speak at last in the middle of the program. Thank you.
Thank you. But Mr. Chanachan, would you mind to repeat your question again, please, because of the internet connection issue?
I'm thinking that what to speak and what to make the question for today. Therefore, I'm thinking that I will talk after or between the program, and it will be easy for me to talk about this matter because I have just joined the meeting. Therefore, I don't know what actually the program is going to be held. That's why I will speak after some time.
Um, that's a very interesting question. So Mr. Chanachan, would you mind to drop your question once again in the chat box so that our speaker as well as our organizer will inform you briefly about the question as well. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much. So basically, after dropping your question in the chat box, our speaker, will you please unmute yourself?
Okay, my name is Sylvia. I would like to ask both presenter about how you guys manage the conflict within your organization, within your members. If there's someone who is out of contact, or someone is not doing their job correctly, or they think, oh, it's a personal reason, like So would you share with me how? Thank you. I'm sorry.
So our speaker will inform Miss Sylvia about her question, like internet connection issues. So may Mr. Raymond as well as Miss Aviana inform her regarding her question, please. I'm sorry, Miss, once again, please.
Sorry, is the question referred to me? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think when it comes to the to dealing with different people in the organization, what was that the question? How do we deal with different people in our organization, since it's a complex organization? Sorry, can you repeat the question?
I just typed my question in the chat box, so it is.
Okay, let me just check. Oh, okay. So we, as an organization, I think we are all working, and what we try to do with International Humanity Foundation is to create that professional environment. So if you're not doing your job, if you're not doing the job that you're supposed to be doing, there is no excuses. If you go to a normal company or normal organization and you don't do your job very well, that means it's a loss for that organization, a loss for that company. So we try to put people in a organized manner that you do your job, you do your, if you have work that you're given, you should meet your deadlines, you should do your work. If you don't do that, then we try to train you and try to see what challenges could you be having, because some people maybe are not really good with that certain job that you've given them. Like, for example, maybe you've been given social media and maybe that's not your area. So we try to see if you need any training in that area, or if you just don't want to do your job, then yeah, we might have to take another step. But if you need any training, then we can train you, because our main focus is to train our volunteers, to equip them with new skills, to equip them with the right skills. So it depends. It depends on what basis are you losing your contact? Is it because you don't understand, or it's because you just don't want to do the job? So it just depends. Yeah, it depends with that, really. But if it's a problem with training, don't be scared to join. Don't be scared to dive into opportunities. If you feel like I'm not really good at this, but I want to learn, then just be open enough that you want to learn, and we'll help you, because that's what we do. We are volunteers. We want you, by the time you're leaving our organization, you have new skills. You have proper skills that if you're doing human resources with IHF, by the time you go and work maybe for the UN, we want you to get to the UN knowing exactly what you're going to be doing, knowing exactly what you're required to do. So we train you through the whole process. Yeah, I hope I've answered your question.
Thank you so much, Mr. Raymond Mojo. And once again, since she asked to both panelists, so would you mind to share your answer to Miss Aviana?
Okay, of course. So this, okay, let me read the questions again. Conflict in organization, just someone out of context. Okay, miscommunication. Miscommunication is like, this is like so many organizations have this issue, right? So if you are in organization, if you are the part of it and your team doing it, I always say that, okay, in especially in this project Indonesia, we are really informal organization. We are not like formal foundation, because we are youth led, and it depends on the organization too, right? Because in some organization they have formal issue, they have formal way to deal with this, but especially in Trust Project Indonesia, we have informal way to deal with this. And I always think, I always create a system that everybody is voluntary work here. So that's why if they can, maybe they didn't have time, they have another priority, just tell us, just like tell us like, okay, like they are busy, so yeah, we will accept, we will find another people, so that's it. And it's like in our organization, it's just like just keep in touch, just feel free just to speak your feeling. Maybe you want to talking about something outside organization, maybe you talk about your task, maybe you talk about how you're feeling today, or maybe you talk about how busy you are and you are asked for permission, like I'm really busy this week, so maybe I will be inactive for a week, so that's fine. That's fine. Just like make us keep in touch. Just tell us the truth. Just tell us what how you feel, and we will like, okay, that's fine, because we are like a fun organization. We are like youth organization, and just doing it fun. Keep it fun. And also how to manage the conflict. Yeah. So if they are not doing the job properly, if they are like out of contact, I will ask. I will ask personally, like, how are you? Where are you right now? Or how do you do? Are you busy? But if they are didn't have any response, so we will like just, okay, maybe it's time to say goodbye, because they didn't respond, right? So if you are just if you are me, so maybe you will do the same, because like we don't know what's happened, we don't know like what should we do, like right? We it's like just one side, it's just like one side feeling, one side love maybe. And yeah, so maybe it's time to say goodbye. But so in organization, just stay keep in touch, just tell how you feel, just keep communicating with each other, and yeah, stay true. That's the key.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. So, well, we can actually continue with another questions as well. So, then we had the question from Tashifa Admin to Mr. Redmond. So basically, Tashifa, would you like to ask your question right here? Yes, you can just unmute yourself.
Okay, greetings of the day. So so when we are living in a world where there are so many threats, like there's like climate crisis, there's like humanitarian crisis, there's like the potential threats of bioterrorism. So there's still people who are in denial, like they say that this whole COVID does not exist, and the stuff like that. So how do youth and the organization, different NGOs, can deal with the people and to convince them to play their part? Because we cannot do this alone. Like, we are in this for together. So I wanted to ask Sir Raymond to like brief me on this.
Thank you so much, Miss
Okay.
Tashifer.
So I think the best way you can do that. There are so many ways that you can raise awareness, and the best way, because these days we live in a technology era, I think you can start with social media platforms. You can even do it yourself. It starts with you to educate the next person. So it starts with you. You can do it yourself. There's an application called Canva. I don't know if you know it. You can create posters there. You can learn how to create posters. You can make very small posters and share them around with that information. So the best way to do that is come up with educative, like small educative posters, because people also don't like detailed things these days. So try to make it as less details as possible, but with a lot of with the important information on those posters. So you can try social media, which has worked for me before trying to do that. And the other thing that you could do is organize with your friends in your communities, or even with an organization, organize forums or conferences. So you can have like small events in areas that you think people are not really listening, or people are really in denial. Have like small events and invite people. I don't know about Indonesia or in Asia, how you guys really invite people to events, but like in an African setup, if you just say maybe we have, there's gonna be food, there's gonna be sweets, there's gonna be, people are gonna come to that event and try to see what are you guys talking about. So you just find catchy things to get people to attend those events and educate people on that. Yeah, especially with COVID-19, we have certain areas around here where people are just ignorant. And I think for them to get to understand, they just need someone to really explain to them, because some of them don't even really follow up on what is happening, what's happening out there in the world. So if you have little short videos, little clips that you can share with them. So I think the best thing is to have those either social media platforms. You can use social media platforms with those posters, or just hold events in your local areas to also educate people on the same. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. So let's have another question from Selfie Patika Sari. Would you like to unmute yourself and ask your question? Yes, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you. I want my question is how to invite introvert friends to go out into the world to take part in. Wait. Okay, my question is how to invite introvert friends to go out into the world to take part in social action like these volunteers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Selfie. So her question is for both speakers. So for the speaker, would you mind to answer her question? Maybe we can begin with Miss Aviana.
Okay, this is like a very mainstream question. Like I always questions. I always hear this question. Like people always asking me like how to speak with strangers, how to be comfortable in the new world, like new social culture. Okay, so how we ask our friends, our introvert friends. For me, introvert and extrovert is just like mindset maybe, because everybody has their introvert side, everybody has their extrovert side, but it depends on the person of the composition of extrovert and introvert. Or maybe you can try to take MBTI test. And for the fun fact is, when I'm in elementary school, my English was really bad, and I'm just an introvert person. I'm the victim of Billy, and I don't know, the magic happens, and I be a really extrovert person right now. NGO, they also have friends, and your friends is introvert. You can, oh, you can be their friends, be her friends or his friends, and go out with with her or him. Ask them to let's go together because I'm here with you. Don't worry, you are not alone. And starting from that, starting from the simple things, maybe one day your friends, your introvert friends will ask you first to go to many social events. So yeah, as I always say, as my quotes, my life quotes is start. Always start. Start from yourself and start your initiative, start your action, start everything. Start to do something. Yes, this is really important. And also if you have introvert friends, do you know that I read a book and it say that Obama is an introvert person, but yes, as you know, Obama has a really good public speaking skill. So introvert, maybe it's just a mindset for me. Just be brave. Just keep trying. Start it and try it.
Thank you so much, Miss Apiana. So for Mr. Mojo, would you like to share your thought as well?
Yeah, sure. So I believe people have different personalities, and people have different strengths and weaknesses. So when it comes to someone being an introvert, I'm sure they are an introvert, but there are some ways that they can contribute to that certain project. So you can start with that, like maybe if you're going to for example, you want to, maybe that social media campaign we're talking about. Okay, maybe you want to create like small posters and hand them over around. What you can do is let that person do the other job. Like they can do maybe the posters, and then you now become the one to go and talk to the people in the community. Just find a way that you can get them involved without them feeling uncomfortable. So you can still involve your friends who are introverted, without making them feel uncomfortable. And then the other thing is, when you go, you offer that support. Like maybe if you're going into the community to fundraise or to do some projects outside there, go with your friends, go with your introverted friends, so that they can see what you're doing, and just tell them, this is so easy. You see how I've done it? It's so easy. You can also do it. Then you might find as time goes on, they want to try. Like, oh, let me go try and do it just for once. And then when they do, because most introverted people might feel nervous, so don't make them feel like they've not done a good job. Like you praise them, you appraise them. Oh, you've done a really good job. That was good. Let's go do another one. Just keep motivating each other. I think that will work. But all in all, I just believe people have different personalities, and with your personality, you add value to an organization. With your personality, you add value to a certain project or whatever work we're doing. So just involve them in a way that makes them feel comfortable, and also help them grow in that same manner. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Raymond Moyo. So we got another question from Mr. Janachan. He actually asked to both speakers. So he mentioned that he want to ask about the dispute between Lower level people easily dissolve, but the upper level dispute is an organization isn't. The upper level, the upper leader people always harm lower people. What to do to control it? And also, he asked why the dispute of higher level position people always harm lower level position people. Um, so, Mr. Raymond Moyo, would you like to answer his question first? Thank you.
Yeah, so I just think that happens because of maybe the way the organization has been structured. Normally, because I normally also advise people who start up organizations. Normally, the best way to deal with such a situation, you should have an open door policy where even the person at the lowest level, their opinion should matter in an organization. It doesn't matter if I'm the director and you are the cleaner. I have to listen to what you have to say, and maybe it's going to be valuable. Maybe there's something I'm doing wrong as a director, and there's something that you can tell me, oh, you can fix this and this and this. So you should create an open door policy to avoid such situations. And that also depends on the people on the high level. If they don't solve such an issue, then it's going to be a problem. I always say that organizations are not supposed to run like political institutions, because political institutions, that's where you can find a boss harassing a lower level person. But organizations are not supposed to be that, especially if it's a voluntary organizations where you're accepting volunteers. People should always feel welcome. People should always feel comfortable. And yeah, so I don't believe in high level people being separated from low level people. I believe in an open policy where everyone is free to talk, everyone is free to air out their views. And if you work that way, then if someone does anything wrong, it's much easy for someone to just come and tell you, oh, I don't feel like you did something right here. How can we handle this? So everything has a strategy. There's a way that you deal with people. The best way to deal with people is in a diplomatic way. Be always find a strategy to talk to people. If you feel like maybe they've done something that you're not happy with, you always have to find a better strategy than shouting at them or just blowing up. That's not leadership. Another way that I've seen other organizations doing, they normally have leadership programs for people in the high level. So they are given these courses. You're supposed to do a course, a leadership course or a leadership program that can help you with your leadership skills. So yeah, I understand there are some people who don't have those qualities. It's very unfortunate, but we have people like that, and we can't control it. But if you see like maybe in an organization there's something like that going on, you can try to also advise them to have an open policy. And the other thing that you can do, each organization should always have a board members. Board members are normally, they have the highest power in an organization. They can actually dismiss a CEO, they can dismiss a director, they can dismiss people if they see that there's something not right going on in an organization. So those are people also you can, maybe if you feel like things are not going the way they are supposed to go, or maybe a certain person in the high level seat is misusing their power, and you've tried to talk to everyone, no one has listened, try to reach out to the board of members. But yeah, I believe in an open policy. Yeah, that's my side of view.
Thank you so much, Mr. Raymond Moyo. This is a very incredible speech from you. So would you mind to share your thought as well, Miss Aviana?
Okay, so personally, I believe that leader have different personality. Like leader is a human too, and human has different personality and has different style of leadership. So if you are like maybe or your friends maybe have like your leader harm you or harm your friends because they are in the lower level, maybe yes, the first thing if I were you is speak up maybe to this to the board of advisor or maybe someone that in charge in there. And maybe if I were you, I will go to another company maybe, because yeah, different life, different people, different person, different personality, and different leadership. But for me as a leader, I always think that I need people. I need I need them. Not not because I'm the leader, not because just like I'm the founder there, not because I'm in the upper level, but as you know, in organization, we are in team, we are family, and we are need other people to do to in order to reach something, to reach our mission. So that's why this is just a basic rule of life: respect and like don't bully people even if it's in lower level or in the upper level, wherever you are. don't don't be bullying, and yeah, and keep being friendly and fun. Okay.
Thank you so much, Miss Aviana. So we will proceed with our next question. We actually have the follow-up question from Miss Relia. So Miss Relia, would you like to ask your question now, please? So her question is for Mr. Raymond Moyo. So Miss Relia, you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Okay, so dear Mr. Raymond Moyo, her question is that she wants to get back to the opportunity of IAG point because she's not so clear about that. So she would like you to clarify about that point. Thank you.
Okay, so is there a specific opportunity? Okay, I'll just go through everything again. So if you need to get into opportunities in IHF, the best way is to go on our website. That's ihfonline.org, ihfonline.org. So you can either apply through that, or the other way you can apply with us is sending your CV and your cover letter to volunteer@ihfonline.org. So if you have any opportunities that you feel like you want to get involved with, you can go to the website and you see everything. I'd mentioned before that we have at-home volunteering opportunities where you can work online. We have local volunteering opportunities where if you are near the centers, you can always, or someone is asking for a link. I will share the link in the chat room so that everyone can see it. You can also do local volunteering. You can also do the Global Leadership Development Program, which is about leadership and management, learning how to direct an NGO. In case you want to start your own NGO in the future, you will get those skills. And you can do legacy volunteering. So it doesn't matter which course you've done. It doesn't matter what your academic background is. We have opportunities for everyone, because volunteering is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to learn new skills. You're supposed to give the skills that you already have. So it's open to everyone. Let me share the link in the chat room, and then if you still have any questions, feel free to ask.
Thank you so much, Mr. Raymond Moyo, for sharing the link. So after that, we have another question. So Mr. Raymond Moyo will share the link in the chat box soon. And we got another question from Faras. So would you like to unmute yourself and ask the question now, please?
Yeah, thank you for the amazing opportunity for me to ask the question to Mr. Raymond. So I want to ask, you mentioned that International Humanity Foundation has been conducting online classes and mentors program, but how do you handle the students who don't have access to gadgets or internet connection? And in this unprecedented time, what kind of support exactly your organization needs the most from everyone who has more privilege than the students in your community? Thank you.
Okay, so I'll start with the first question that you asked me about online classes. So the way we've been handling our online classes is for Indonesian centers, most of the children who are in our Indonesian center, they come to the center. So they are given transport to come to our center and get to learn from there. So what we've been doing at the moment is they still come to the center and then they use the facilities at the center. So we have Wi-Fi connection, we have computers, so they have access. And then for the centers in Kenya, because Kenya is a bit different from Indonesia, most of the children are coming very far from far places. So what we do is we send them money to buy airtime, and then they can be able to access the internet. So that's how we've been doing. Mostly it's just, they just have to come to the centers and get the facilities. And then the second question on what we need the most right now is sponsorship. So as I mentioned before, it's been a tough time for everyone. It has also been a tough time for our sponsors, because they also had to deal with the situations in their different countries. Because we also get a lot of sponsorship from the US. Most of our sponsors are in Europe and US, and also some in Indonesia. So, America was really affected a lot by the pandemic. And I'm sure a lot of the Asian part as well was affected. So we've lost a lot of sponsors. And so one of the things that you could help is by sponsoring. Sponsorship is normally $30 for their education programs. Each child has 4 sponsorships. That's education, nutrition, medication, and the center operations. So if you sponsor for education, that's about $30 US dollars. If you sponsor for nutrition is about $27. You can also sponsor medication, which is about $15. And ORP is just center operations. It is also around $27. So you can actually just go on the site. You see there's a part where it says donate or sponsor. If you check the link that I've shared, you can go to the home button and just look for the sponsorship area. You can actually sponsor online using maybe your bank card. It can go straight to IHF account. Or if you want to sponsor different centers, maybe you want to sponsor in Jakarta, or you want to sponsor in Medan, you want to sponsor in Bali, you can go there. Also, their details are also there on how to sponsor directly to a center. So that's the main thing that we are going through right now. We've actually been using mostly general donations to cater for the center needs. So we've been trying not to touch the money that is being sent for education. So whatever we've managed to save during this pandemic is what the children are going to be using for their education. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much to Mr. Raymond Moyo. So we would like to end our Q&A section here. For our last agenda for today, wouldn't it be fun to hear the thoughts of our friends who have joined with us here? So I would like to give opportunities for anyone here who would want to share his or her thoughts. You guys can write in the Zoom chat box or directly speaking through unmuting your microphone and turning on your camera. We actually have our volunteer right here. So for our first volunteer, for Mr. Amma Anggos Hadiman, would you like to share your thought as a testimonial, please? Thank you.
So, hello everyone. Thanks for the opportunity. So, my thoughts about this event was, this event is really great for especially young people like me, for broadening my knowledge, especially from Mr. Moyo and also Arfianda. I'm sorry if I'm have a bad spelling for your name. So I just hope that this kind of great event will be held like continuously for developing our youth. So thank you for APYouthS. Thank you for everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. That's it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hadiman. So after that, we have another volunteer who is Tashifa Adman. Would you like to share your thought here?
Thank you. Like, this session has been informative on so many levels. Like, the speakers guided us through their struggles, and then this session has been so motivational, so inspiring, and then it actually gives me the power to combine my passion with my profession. And it's been so great to be here, and I'm really thankful to APYouthS and the speakers to they actually gave us time to to do something out of the box, and that's something out of my comfort zone to speak up like I'm an introvert self. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tashifa. So for everyone here, if you have any feedback regarding the event, you can also write it here in the chat box as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, from all over Asia Pacific region, that wraps up our webinar for today. On behalf of APYouthS, I would like to thank the keynote speaker, Mr. Raymond Mojo and Ms. Aviana, as well as all of our Asia Pacific fellows here to making time in your busy schedules to join us. Before leaving, please all of you kindly turn on your cam for a quick photo section. And also, we have the link for filling as the feedback. And in order to be eligible to gain an e-certificate, and follow us on social media to get the latest information about international events, youth-related activities, scholarship, and even more. So please fill in the feedback form as a requirement for the e-certificate as well. So ladies and gentlemen, would you please open your camera in order to take the picture?
Okay, everyone, I will be taking a picture. Please, there will be slide. This is for the first slide. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, now for the second slide. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, the third slide. 1, 2, 3, smile. Fourth slide. 1, 2, 3, smile. The last slide. Oh, um,
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, please also remember that please fill in the survey link so that you will gain the e-certificate, and also please upload your CV as well. So thank you so much for today, and it's a pleasure to host this event and actually have to cooperate with all of you as well as the keynote speaker. So once again, hope to see you in the near future in the next event of AP Youth. And thank you very much. Goodbye. Have a wonderful day.